I don't know if you noticed, but compact cameras are making a comeback, so let's all get a bunch of them ready for summertime. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Solly, and today we're gonna talk about these compact cameras that are making a comeback, because right after the Leica D-Lux 8 that had been launched last year, and I know there was a lot of turmoil. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it small enough? The UI, the whatever, the glasses. Now also Panasonic with the Lumix series, they just announced, it was a few weeks ago, but it's gonna be released now in February 2025, a brand new compact camera, which is the Lumix ZS or ZS99. So Lumix ZS99, it's compact, it has a very teeny tiny sensor, and I know what I'm talking about because last year when I came to Europe, I wanted a compact camera as well. There were not many available back then, and not for the price point that I was willing to pay, and so I ended up with the Lumix LX10. So if you missed all those episodes, please find them up here, but I had my chance to test it very deeply, thoroughly, the sensor, the rear screen, because it didn't have an EVF like the ZS doesn't have any EVF. It didn't have that much of a zoom range, while this one has a broader reach. And guys, this is a teeny tiny 300 grams camera that is capable of many things. Now, the ZS99 comes in black or silver, as it is the trend nowadays, started from Olympus, Fuji, whatever, having the black and silver on top. It is beautiful, is it compact, it is lightweight, and it has this unbelievable zoom branded Leica. So it's a Leica glass equivalent of a 24 to 720 millimeters. So you have a bit of a wide angle and plenty of reach if needs be, but with this long over focal length, they also needed a stabilization, and so they said they put a 5-axis OIS inside this glass. So last year, just as a recap, I had to pick up a compact camera. I didn't want that much of a reach because normally zoom glasses come with a smaller sensor, and this is the case as well. This is not the 1-inch sensor that I had on my LX10. It is smaller, it's 1/2.3, and so it's comparable to the sensor that is nowadays in smartphones. But what's the main proposition for this camera? Its price point is very aggressive because it's only $499, so it's comparable to a smartphone. And a smartphone, of course, it's also a phone, but then it's not really manageable. I know there are some apps out there to manage the f-aperture or the ISO, but this is a better choice. So $500, you have this much reach, teeny tiny sensor, it's not so bright, it's stabilized, and it can record 4K videos. Now, since this is competing with smartphones, they had to add a couple features because it's not a proper camera. You cannot proper manage it as you would love, as you normally do with a prosumer, professional, full frame, or even crop sensor camera. And so they needed to help you because this is not so bright. And how did they help you? They did it in two different ways. The first is you can pick up where you want to focus on the photo that you just shot. Now, this might be misleading. It's not that you shoot a picture and then you double check and you say, oh, it was misfocused. You can correct it afterwards. No, you need to choose how to shoot if you want to have that option, and you will have to put it on a tripod, and it has to be a still subject, because otherwise with moving subjects, of course, this is not possible. The camera will take its time to shoot this way. It's basically the same concept as a focus stacking, so there would be several shots available, and in case you need to move the focus point from the subject to the background or back to the subject or wherever you want to move it, you can do that. So you need to plan accordingly. The second feature that this camera has, and it is also a good help because this is not so much of a fast lens, is that you can extract a frame out of a 4K recording that the camera took. So it's called 4K photo shoot. And so basically it's recording a video, so you don't have to get mad and shoot the person right when he's at the top of its jump. You can extract later on the right frame that you want to have and portray and showcase and share. So these are good features because these compact cameras needs to be as smart as a smartphone. What else can we say about the camera? I'm having here the full specs because I don't want to miss anything, and they said yes, alright, Leica DC lens 24 to 720mm, 60 per eye zoom. That would be a digital zoom, so I don't take it as a plus because it's a 30x zooming with the optical, while up to 60x with digital. Well, your processor in your computer can do much of a better job, so don't take it for granted. This is not the ZS80. The ZS80 can zoom up to 1000mm, but it's also bigger, bulkier, not as recent as this one. This one has a better autofocusing mechanism, despite it's not a phase detect. We have to mention it. It's still based on depth from the focus, which is the latest, the oldest Panasonic technology. It's based on contrast and depth from the focus. So you will not get the latest technology, but for $500, what are you willing to have? And then you will have, this is a luck. In my humble opinion, this is a luck because it doesn't have an EVF. Now, the rear screen might be bright enough to help you when you're shooting with bright light conditions, with sun reflections, whatever. It was not the case with my LX10. I have to say it was a bit frustrating from time to time, not just for the framing, because for the framing you can guess it, you see it's bright enough to guess the framing, but for minor details I normally want to double check if I'm really in focus on the eye rather than on the face, and minor other things that you normally do with your LEDs inside the EVF that you cannot do when you're looking at the rear screen like you would do with a smartphone. And then let's face it, some of us are aging, our eyes are not so sharp as they were, and so you see older people with a compact camera and they have to keep it as far as possible in order to be able to focus on the screen. But this is not the case for this Lumix. This Lumix doesn't have any fault. It's a go-to camera for $500 if you want to take one with you on your vacations. Normally you don't shoot that much overnight, but if you want to, you can. And if you want to vlog, you can as well, because it has a tiltable screen, the same that I had on my LX10 and that I appreciated oh so much because it's right there. It is so lightweight, you just put it on a handle and then you can vlog. And then I will have to double check if the OIS compensation within this glass at wide angle, which is 24mm, it's compensating enough for when you're walking if you want to use it for vlogging. Now, it doesn't have a mic jack, so you will have to record the audio externally. I normally did it with my wireless go-to, and basically you need the mic because the mic inside the camera, that would take all the noises from the surroundings, from the background, so that might not be the best choice for the great results if you want to keep your audience active and involved. But guys, this is a no-brainer. Let me know if you were looking for a compact camera. Compact cameras are making a comeback, so the segment, it's not dad or baby, they're just giving it a try. And giving it a try when they had already available technology and the camera body and many other stuff such as this good lens and the OIS, I think this is, we have to congrats with Panasonic. There are not many brands out there that are doing experimentation with new camera bodies. One is Fuji, the other one is Panasonic. So thanks for that, because when we have a wide choice, we can pick up exactly the tool. A camera is a tool that we need to shoot our photography. So please let me know down here in the comment if you were looking for a compact camera body brand new, or if you were scouting like I did all the end of stocks for latest models from previous generations. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye bye.